what, Charlie? I think he's right, dude. Only a couple of jabronis come out here without skates on. I gotta do this thing in skates, man. You know, work up a routine, really jazz the crowd.
You know, can I stop you, though?
Yeah.
You keep using this word jabroni, and it's awesome.
First of all, iconic. I didn't know people still use the word jabroni. The last time I've heard that, I think, was 1990. It was a tremendous throwback.
I never stopped using it.
You've been using it ever since?
Oh, yeah. What?
Yeah,
And then everyone said jaBROni.
What is that? The future of radio, you jabronis.
jaBROnis. Cool word.
Hey, jaBROni, show some class.
She's right, Andy. You're being a jaBROni.
jaBROni, jaBROni, ABC. Oh, it doesn't matter how you spell jaBROni.
We don't believe you jaBROnis. Nah. We don't believe you jaBROnis. Nah. We don't believe you jaBROnis. I get it lit like a...
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the jaBROnis. I'm Topher McCann, joined by the reigning, defending, undisputed jaBROni world champion, a good old 2024, Mr. Mike Butler.
Hello. Warriors.
Looks beautiful.
Thank you. No, thanks. Looks good. Matches the room and everything. You know?
Yeah.
Looks good.
I like it.
Thanks.
So how's it feel? How's it feel to be the champ?
Honestly, I'm not really trying to get attached. I probably shouldn't even have it on my shoulder. I'd probably lose it in a week. You know, I'm cautiously optimistic about this title reign. So, yeah.
How's it? I mean,
it's like we're at this stage now where it's like you're in a relationship, but you don't know if you really want to trust that person yet fully. So, like, we're seeing each other, basically. That's what we're doing. We're seeing each other.
How's your knee, though? Is your knee good? Knee feels good?
My knee? What'd I do?
No, I'm just saying. How's that feel?
Oh, my knee? Yeah, mine feels fine compared to other champions in the wrestling world. It's funny you asked that just because during our snowstorm here in Philly yesterday, I took my kid out on a sled, and our street doesn't have a lot of plow action going on because it's a cul-de-sac. So the powdery snow that was falling on ice. So I did not know there was ice under me. So I was running with the sled I was dragging her in, and I busted my ass, and my knee hurt. So I thought someone had stooged that off to you or something.
Yeah, we have insiders.
They're
everywhere. They're everywhere.
My whole left side is bruised, but I'm good.
But you think you'll be able to make it to Mania, though?
Probably.
You'll be there. All right. This is good.
I don't know about the Rumble or the Chamber, though.
But yes, so this is popped the Seth and Jinder match, and then apparently Seth Rollins has suffered an injury. He's going to address it this coming Monday on Raw. It kind of seemed that it was set up for maybe a potential Seth Rollins and CM Punk at WrestleMania, and now kind of up in the air, and maybe they might have to reroute things. I've heard all different kinds of scenarios thrown out there, but that's what we do here to start off. So, I mean, let's do this scenario here. He's gonna have to have some kind of surgery or something like that. Where do you think we go?
We're saying if he has surgery?
Yeah, he's going to have surgery.
If he has surgery, I mean,
hypothetical.
I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know how long he'll be out if he has surgery. From what I read, even if he has surgery, it could be only like a 2-month absence. So, I don't think it's that big a deal. Look, the bottom line is your other champion on the other show defends it maybe 3 times a year. You might be able to get away with 2 months of no world heavyweight champion.
Ways around it.
Yeah, it'll be. I mean, if he can walk, it'll be. I guess you could cut promos and stuff, but it's also like, oh my god, he has one leg, and you're bringing him out there to cut promos. Where is Damian Priest? So I mean, like, I think it'll be interesting in that regards. I don't know what they plan on doing with him on Monday. I don't think there's anything to address aside from, I won't be able to compete at the Rumble, even though I don't think he was going to anyway, and I won't be able to compete at the Chamber, but I'll be good to go for Mania. I mean, unless. I mean, I just don't see that him vacating the title if he's good, if there's a chance of him making it to Mania.
Compared to the reigns where he gets off for like 3 months and it's not a big deal without defending.
Yeah. If he gets the surgery, I don't know what the recovery time is, so it really all depends on that. I've heard like 4 to 6 weeks with the surgery. And it's like, okay, cool. Get surgery. You're still out 2.5 months. What are you? Or 1.5 months, whatever it is. What are you going to do in that time? If he doesn't get the surgery, maybe it's 6 to 8 weeks or whatever. So I don't know. Either way, it sounds like he would be making it to Mania, and that's like the big thing. I guess they were worried about.
Yeah, I think what you said too. I think maybe comes out Monday, say, kind of like a little banged up, but I'm not going to be able to be ready for.
Yeah, it's the back injury storyline, except like real, I guess, for lack of a better term. So it's just weird that you're gonna bring him out to address something. That's what I just feel iffy about. Like, you're gonna bring him out. Why address it if it's not a big thing about to happen? Like, it made me think maybe they will have him vacate it just because they need a champion fighting and defending the title. That's my biggest thing. Why are they having him address it? Because it's just a little weird.
I mean, a cash-in potentially could happen. The scenario on Raw, really, where he comes out and on like a crutch, or he comes out in crutches, and it's almost like to a gasp. He comes down and starts talking, and then Judgment Day comes out and he gets cashed in on, and then it's just like.
Do you want him taking bumps if he's that injured? Do you want him?
Maybe, like I'm saying, where he's just, this is a scenario where he decides that, but nothing where he's already going to be having surgery, and I don't know. I wouldn't want any harm to Seth Rollins at all.
Right.
Like, just to have, because then you would think if they have like an interim like title tournament, and then you would think like Damian Priest would probably be in that, and then it's like he already has Money in the Bank. And the whole interim title thing, I just think would be.
Please don't do it.
Yeah,
we've seen it. It doesn't work.
It'll be interesting though, but I kind of think it's just going to be that approach. Like, whoever's winning the Rumble, and if they want me, I'm going to be ready for them at Mania, and I'm going to make sure that I'm at 100% for them.
Yeah,
right.
Maybe he has to go away for a while and whatnot. I mean, they have the star power to cover Seth Rollins for a little bit. I mean, you have Cody, you have Jay, you have Drew, you have Punk, get his ass in the ring. You know, like you have all these guys. Like we won't miss Seth Rollins. You know,
And it's
No.
perfect. We could maybe come back
yeah,
as the redesign, rebuild, reclaim Seth Rollins. Let's get rid of this nonsense. Whoa, whoa. Let's get it back. Let's go. We did this
Back to
before, man.
basics.
Remember with Kane, and we rallied and we came back. We went after Roman. Let's go. Let's do that.
Not to mention, they have Gunther, who's your longest reigning Intercontinental Champion. You can easily build the show off of people chasing Gunther, in my opinion. Regarding Seth Rollins, you know, he tore his MCL the Mania. Before the Mania, he faced Triple H. That was like I think that was like a 2-month injury, and he was able to like make it. So I'm thinking of that, but it's just that partially torn meniscus. How does that affect everything? If it was just a torn MCL, I'd be like, yeah, he's probably fine. And I still think he's probably fine. I just don't know what a partially torn MCL looks like, basically.
Yeah. It's just a bummer.
It sucks. And, you know, maybe, you know, he is definitely showing that he is not durable. Maybe you shouldn't put your top title on him because of his injury history. Maybe I'm being a Seth Rollins hater right now. I don't know. I'm just saying there's other guys that maybe could be holding that title right now that, you know, is in a faction and stuff and deserves it.
Well, we'll see. It's interesting. I mean, hopefully he's good, and maybe they can just use this as a little bit more part of the storyline of telling the story until Mania. But that was the big closing out Raw. That was the story out of it. Anything else big going on Raw? Newsworthy?
I don't know if it's newsworthy, but something is going to be revealed this Monday on Raw. And, you know, it's getting to be that time of year where I start to get giddy because right around Royal Rumble, we get trailers for the new WWE 2K video game. And things are happening early this year. We've already started getting teasers and very exciting stuff.
I saw the one yesterday, I believe.
Okay, so let's dive in. Okay, first teaser, we got a sleeveless cut-off shirt, referee shirt, with Steve Austin tagged in the picture from 2K24's Twitter account. What does that mean? I'm assuming it means special referee is coming back. Huge deal, guys. Huge deal. Just saying. Okay. So then you got them releasing TikToks, I guess, of superstars speculating on who the 2K24 cover star would be. I don't know about you. I'm thinking it's Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
He retweeted that with a GIF of Conan O'Brien saying who with 3 question marks. So that makes me think it's really Cody Rhodes. Then you had Rhea Ripley in a gym looking like she just got done like a rigorous workout, taking a selfie. And in the background, there's a TV with 2K24 logo. But if you zoom in closely on the weights, the weights have 2K24 on them as well. So definitely a staged picture, not an actual workout. Maybe that means like there's an attribute system where if you work out, you get to like bump up people's stats, you know? There was a picture of a coffin tweeted by them, a casket standing up, much like how The Undertaker returned in Survivor Series that one year. Casket match coming back? What? Buried Alive match coming back? Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? But I'm excited again. You have Becky Lynch wearing a pair of sunglasses that say 2K24, eating a bag of popcorn. I don't know what that means. And then today, just today, a picture of an NWO t-shirt hanging on a hanger with 2K24 written on the hanger. And also, with all of this, there's the date 1/22/24. So that's Monday. So I don't know if it's during Raw or I don't know if it's going to be before Raw, but something. I'm assuming the cover star will be revealed. Maybe even the commercial for the game will be revealed. But either way, I am stoked for Monday.
Yeah, it seems like Cody's the goat, unless they go the route of like, was that like 20 with like Roman and Becky?
So that was speculation. There was speculation that there could be like multiple superstars on the cover, which
is they haven't done that, really. It's always like kind of
like they used to do that with like Here Comes the Pain or Shut Your Mouth, one of them, like SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, and I wouldn't hate that. They also probably have the deluxe edition and the icon edition, or I don't know, Bray Wyatt probably has a heavy existence in this series, so there's probably going to be like a Firefly edition or something, you know, something like that.
Yeah, I think actually I'll give them kind of like how like Fight Forever had before they changed it with Punk. It had it, but just they had a few people all over the place. It's like that's kind of cool to be. But I mean, if they split it, I would see definitely Rhea and Cody.
Yeah, for sure. Xavier Woods teasing that this is the biggest roster ever, which if you think about it, when the 2K games came back after a year off, 2K22 was during COVID and everyone was fired, so the roster was out of date. 2K23, the roster was out of date because either people were released or people came back that weren't in the game. So people who were released were in the game. People who came back were not in the game, so out of date. And now you have all those guys that have come back, and under Triple H, you know, we've all seen the Infinity Gauntlet with everybody coming back. It very well could be between Legends, NXT, Raw, SmackDown, could very well be the biggest roster ever, especially if there's speculation is true of it being an Undertaker showcase. I mean, that's 20 plus years of things you have to cover. So, I mean, I'm excited.
That's
the biggest news on Raw. That's the biggest news that will come of Raw. That's that.
I mean, they have
Cody Rhodes and CM Punk are doing face to face too.
There you go. I was just gonna say that with Cody and CM Punk.
Whatever, dude. Okay.
No football. He's going to do a big number. I mean, because I think they were up against a football game this past Monday, but I don't know anything about that. I was watching Raw, so
I was watching Raw the whole time.
Yeah, I was watching Raw the whole time. So yeah, it's just it was just watching.
The most important football game in Philadelphia was Sunday at 4:30. That's what that.
Mm-hmm. A report out there that, I mean, this is pretty obvious. Brock Lesnar, his return is imminent. So, I mean, I don't know, maybe Rumble.
Do you Rumble? I mean, I know he's been eliminated in the Rumble before, but like, you'd have to think Gunther eliminates him in the Rumble, and then that leads to Lesnar Gunther at Mania.
That's that's probably the move, right? And then somehow,
is there anybody on the roster you'd want to see Brock Lesnar fight right now? Don't say CM Punk. Don't
Brock.
say CM Punk. Aside from like Gunther's the move, in my opinion.
Yeah, he can't face Punk now. I mean, if Lesnar sticks around, something.
Yeah. Down the road, maybe.
No, Gunther's the one that everyone wants to see, I think. And I mean, that's an easy way to get these two big guys into the ring with the Rumble and them kind of eliminating each other somehow or whatnot. And then letting that story.
It's if we're fantasy booking it, I mean, I would have Gunther eliminate Lesnar. I would have Lesnar cost Gunther the Intercontinental title at the Chamber. And there you go. And then, I don't know, Jay win the Intercontinental title. Does he bring that? Does he defend against Jimmy at Mania?
Because that's the only title Lesnar hasn't held, right? The IC title?
Well, actually, fun FF for you. The only title Lesnar has ever held is the top title. No secondary titles, no tag titles, no nothing. Just the World Championship.
That's the he eliminates Lesnar. He shows up because Elimination Chamber's in Perth.
Yes.
Give the money. Lesnar shows up, does something, somehow bust through the cage or something, and just cost them it. We have a new IC title. Then you get Gunther and Brock, and no title involved. And he already has the record with the longest IC title run.
And you're going to want to do something big at that Chamber pay-per-view. And if The Rock's not going there, and I know you got CM Punk there, he's been announced for that show, but you want to do something big, and I think that's probably the next biggest thing, especially if you're not going to have Rollins or Roman on that show.
So, yeah, Punk's announced for Elimination Chamber. What do you think in that scenario? Is it making them think he's not going to win the Rumble?
No, that doesn't make me think anything about the Rumble. I don't know. I hope maybe he's kind of possibly fighting at the Chamber. I wouldn't be surprised if he flies all that way just to say, hey, what's up? Happy to be here. Love you guys. Peace out. But, kind of hoping he starts something with the Judgment Day. Maybe Finn Balor versus CM Punk at the Elimination Chamber would be awesome.
Like a singles match.
Yeah, when Batista won the Rumble, he had like a mini feud with Alberto Del Rio before WrestleMania 30, so he could do something like that.
Still,
Except
where does this leave?
It would be good.
Where does this leave Cody?
All right. So, all right. Yeah, okay. So, I don't know. But I don't know if some way, somehow, Roman and Cody are going to meet at WrestleMania. I don't know how they're going to do it. They could as easily just have Cody show up at SmackDown and be like, hey, forget that stupid draft or what is it called? Fucking
Superstar Shakeup?
Yeah, forget the fucking brand split, okay? I'm challenging you. But who knows? I'm not even sure if Roman's going to of all these years, this Royal Rumble is probably the second least confident. No. third least confident I've been in Roman to retain the title. Because I thought he was going to lose it to Cody at Mania. I thought he was going to lose it to Drew at Clash. And I am not 100% sure if he's going to retain it in this Fatal 4-Way match. Because there's a lot of possibilities they could work with.
The Solo thing, so you have to be, they're very focusing in on Solo, saying things, close-up shots, him not speaking much at all, and just more recently over the past few weeks saying things. They're definitely teasing him turning on Roman, and it's just like, all right, like, are they gonna pull the trigger on it, but somehow Roman overcomes it and then do the Roman Solo thing and then get past that all before Mania? Or there's the option of it, hey, what if he pulls something at Rumble and then all of a sudden someone pins someone else, Roman loses the title? And
yeah, I don't know. I mean, for all I know, fucking Solo could win the Rumble, and we could be getting Solo versus Roman at Mania. Like, that would not shock me. I think Cody and Randy could be a very real possibility, too.
That, I love Solo in it. Like, that would be...
That's something that nobody would see coming with the star power that is in that Rumble.
I love that, just because you get the moment where there's so much tension between them, and it's going to build up, have a big SmackDown where Solo is going to make his choice, and you can have that big moment where you think he's choosing whoever's on SmackDown to take over. We're going to take over
all over again.
Roman. We're going to bloodline at both shows, and then boom. Oh, that's perfect. And it's, again, like, after it happened, you'd be like, Solo, all right. And then you tell the story of now Punk lost the Rumble. Cody lost the Rumble. No last elimination chambers, like your last shot at something. And you could do something with that.
Yep, winner of the Elimination Chamber gets Seth Rollins. Maybe.
But then it's just like, all right, if it's Punk, then what do you, at that point, like...
What do you do with Cody?
Yeah. So you had, like, the whole... man, if we just paid to just sit in a room and just...
I do want to just, like, sit in a room with them and just not even say anything, just, like, watch what they do, you know?
Fly on the wall for that, just to...
I feel like a lot of the time we'd be looking at each other like, what the fuck are they doing? Why would they do that? They should do this. It's so stupid.
Just to be a fly on the wall, to see them just book the Rumble, just have that foot. I'd pay to see people pay for OnlyFans. That's what I would pay.
They would make a killing. They would make a killing.
Secret video.
Probably be like $100 a month.
But it's very interesting for what they had to do now with it's not a bad problem with all the star power. Speaking of that, Okada is now going to be a free agent here, and out there that AEW made a stronger first offer than WWE apparently, but never know now. Okada potentially just could be, he's going to pop up somewhere.
Man, like, I get it, but does anyone actually think he's going to sign with WWE? Like, I've seen that, but I'm like, there's no way. With the relationship that AEW has with New Japan and even TNA, I think WWE would be like third on the list, maybe fourth if you're counting like Ring of Honor and stuff. Like, I don't know much about Okada. I know, crucify me. but I don't know if he would actually fit with WWE. I don't know. I think he would fit better in AEW. If he is in WWE, I would be fucking shocked. Like, super shocked. He ain't going to be at the Rumble because I think his contract expires the 31st. Maybe if you debut him at a Raw after Mania, does he get the pop that you desire? Maybe. I just don't know if it's the right demographic.
He would get treated like kind of how like Shinsuke, like yeah, I think I agree almost with everything you say. I think it would be more of if he shows up in AEW, everyone would go nuts. And I think if he showed up in WWE, it would be, depending on the way you debut him, it could be very interesting. It could also be a debut that could somehow derail maybe somebody who is trying to like finish a story, and for anybody trying to finish their story, maybe if this is some I don't know, just interesting. Maybe someone just shows up and hey, plenty of ammunition.
Yeah. Hopefully, see where that goes. I'm like, I don't know why. I have no reason to believe this whatsoever, but I am severely on the bandwagon and severely of the belief that the Raw after Mania will have a huge debut on it. And I think it would be a perfect spot for MJF to debut in the WWE. I almost bought Raw after Mania tickets, just based off that thought process. I probably still will, but I'm just saying.
He's locked up.
Do you think he's locked up? Or do you know he's locked up?
No, just a little mark in me. Just from all the way back with that voicemail return with the Punk freak, the night of that scrum. I think there was some kind of deal made a while ago. I don't know shit, but I don't if he showed up in WWE.
Either way, if he does it, I expect there to be like a nice surprise at the Raw after Mania. Okada, MJF, Braun Strowman returning. I don't know. It could be any one of those three would be the exact same level of excitement.
He's one to AEW. There's no way that they let him fall through their fingertips. I just don't think so. I think there's no way.
It depends on what he wants. There was no way we thought Cody Rhodes would be in WWE again. Same with CM Punk. All depends on what the guy wants. If you could offer him the moon, and he will want something else. You never.
Yeah.
No.
Don't stop it. Oh, stop it.
I'll stop just for your sake, but I'm not going to stop for my sake. I'm going to.
Oh God! You imagine in Philly, and
I'm going to. Yes. Imagine like Punk cutting a promo as a world heavyweight champion at the end of the show, and you just hear his music, and he's on stage like, "Hey, Punkster!"
Oh, we're such a little bitch marks.
Just I'll probably buy Raw tickets to
that.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. All right, Chris Jericho, he got a trademark. Did you see what this was?
Nope.
Seek and destroy.
I bet that's what he does.
Yeah, so there you go. That's exact. So in those thoughts, I saw this originally through Twitter, and people were like, "Whoa, this dude really with everything going on, just put like literally like legal like new trademark, seek and destroy." So it's something that he's said recently in his promos for.
No, it's not like a new song or anything like that.
Nah,
No.
Konosuke, his little feud that he's got going on here. So. Yeah, we got a new trademark going there. Did you get to see any Dynamite this week?
Yeah, a little bit.
Samoa Joe?
Yeah, watch that a little bit. You know, they're like, I don't know, man. I mean, having Hook kick out at 1 at the Muscle Buster. I mean, I've seen a lot of people defend that so crazy in my head. Like, the Hook has got to be like he's going to be the biggest star in AEW at some point if they're having him kick out of the freaking Muscle Buster or whatever it's fucking called at 1, because that move was built up as like one of the dangerous moves ever. That's the move that retired Tyson Kidd. That's a huge move, and this twerp kicks out at 1. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, and the people defending it is just crazy. Like, it's not that big a deal as you think. I mean, Samoa Joe waited like 7-8 seconds to pin him. It's the most devastating move in Samoa Joe's arsenal, apparently. Like,
it was banned for a while.
It was banned, you know. Like, if we're, you know, it's. I had disagreed with that move. That is all. But aside from that, I don't really recall anything else that happened on the show.
What about that table spot where he put him through a table and just like broke his back? Did you see that?
I don't think so.
Hook looked at that was all. He like puts him through the table, and he lands like it doesn't break, and he goes through like the top of his shoulders, and it looks like he like it was very painful looking. I would not want that to happen to me.
Hold on, I think I got it right here. Did the Uranagi on it? Yeah, that didn't look great.
Yeah.
Well, you know, amateurs. What are you gonna do?
I texted you the other night. I was like, "Is it like 1998 right now, Raw?" Because I was like, "We got Christian versus Goldust is for the TNT championship," and they were like throwing it down how he's got like a great record recently, and this is why this is happening. And yeah, so Christian Cage obviously retained. Story, kind of like story where everyone's going after all the people, the devils, all the undisputed, whatever the hell they're called. They're all just kind of going towards wanting all the titles. That's a storyline going on, and we have the whole Hangman and Swerve and the AEW title, Samoa Joe kind of going on here. But we had the Young Bucks return a week prior, and they're back this week. Did you get to see their sit-down director's chair little interview?
Nope.
Boys, favorite tag team?
Nope.
So, of course, obviously, they make
they're an automatic skip.
A bunch of shots at Punk, and you know, indirectly.
Of course, because you know that's what they do. You know, like get a fucking life.
And saying that they're explaining why they're going after Sting, but kind of relating it all through originally, kind of like
what? Yeah. So, like, what does Punk have to do with Sting?
Like being like an old timer, and you're gonna have to force yourself to probably just check it out, though. You gotta.
It sounds awful. Sounds like a terrible time.
I mean, so they're trying to just now be indirect, say references to take shots, and then also now just to like old timers and saying that they grew up with. It's cliche. It's kind of like taking shots and then moving towards them, like kind of taking out an old timer. Besides that, I thought that was kind of Bullet Club Gold won the ROH 6-man tag titles. If
Good for them. I'm sure it means a lot to them.
Deonna Purrazzo match, and we got that. Seek and destroy Chris Jericho. That's good stuff. I'm obsessed recently with following clips of Masai and Mansoor, just to their Twitch or whatever, just seeing clips of them talk about just random things happening. Like, Mansoor had a story where they went after the first crown jewel, and they went to go meet the prince, and the kid came up, and he asked him if wrestling was real or fake. And it was like 4 of them that went up. I forget what wrestlers it were. And he got the words mixed up, and then they're back down the elevator, and I forget who said like, "Yo, you told him it was fake," and he was just like, "Oh," it was just a funny story of him messing up translation. But I saw here there's a story of he was talking about like that Brock Lesnar, where the one time when like Lesnar got him and like,
oh yeah, what, when he was an announcer?
Yeah, and then there's just like nothing happened from it. And then also about the maximum male models, like Vince McMahon going through all that stuff and then having to retire, basically derailed all the plans for the maximum male models. So that was about it. I was just going through. They were streaming Raw the other. It was 3 of them all together, and they were just watching Raw for like the first. Dijak was with them.
Yeah,
it was just watching like the first hour of Raw, and then just like answering questions, and it was like hilarious. Just 3 of them. But yeah, check them out on Twitch or whatnot. EC3 talking about his WWE push ending after Jon Moxley match. Do you remember the EC3 push?
I wouldn't call it necessarily a push. I know they had him in what was that? It was Alexa Bliss's interview segment
at the top of the stage.
Bliss of Love or whatever. I remember they had that interaction. I don't remember the action. Like, I don't think he did. Did he win a string of matches that would have been like, oh, they're pushing EC3? I know he had a nice little NXT run. But that was like it.
He was part of that big ladder match in New Orleans that Saturday night. I think Adam Cole ended up winning the North American title. He was part of that. Yeah, like he was in NXT, but they really I think it's kind of referencing the kind of what you're talking about. Anytime he was talking, he was getting cut off, and then I think he was doing like where's EC1 or EC2 or
right. Yeah, didn't know there was an actual push in there.
He had like a decent match. He said he won with just a roll up, and kind of just the way it happened. And I don't know. He also just kind of seems like he was trying to get it on like Roman Cena level. I'm seeing here, you know, we all are. We're all trying to get on that.
We're all trying to do our best.
We're all trying to do our best here. So, what'd you think of SmackDown last night? One, I want to say I saw this clip of Randy Orton afterwards when the show was done. He was just like walking around, and then like I guess like backstage guys or whatever, like telling him like, no, go back. We got to get back there. And he just like wouldn't stop until he like went around, and then he came back and went to the other side and got everybody. It was just like, wow.
SmackDown is like head and shoulders, recently at least, just way better than Raw. I find myself enjoying it more. and I can't necessarily pinpoint on what it is, but when certain people come on screen, I see myself just glued more often than I am on Raw. Right now, anytime the Final Testament is on the screen, I am watching. Anytime the Almighties and the Street Profits are on, I am watching. Randy, I'm watching. LA Knight, I'm watching. Roman, obviously, I'm watching. AJ, I'm watching. All these motherfucking guys. Whereas Raw, it's like CM Punk, I'm watching. Cody, I'm watching. Gunther, I'm watching. That's it. It's thoroughly enjoyable. I think Nick Aldis is a perfect on-screen presence for that show. I hope we get to see him in the ring. I don't know what his status is as far as wrestling goes, but hope one day we do get to see that. I just love the show.
It's funny. I was going to ask you that. How you think Aldis being on the show, and I like the way he has been handling everything. It's just like, just no nonsense. Just like, all right, you're not going to sign it. All right. So these guys are going to wrestle. They signed it, and
that's exactly what. That's the thing. Like that's what we've missed from general managers. Like in the past, like when there's an obvious solution to a disgruntled employee, they don't think about it. What Nick said that he would vacate the title if Roman didn't sign the contract. As soon as Heyman said that, immediately I was like, all right, well, just make it a triple threat match for the vacant title. And then he said, like, that's exactly what you should say. And we haven't had that in general managers. They should never change Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis until they do not feel like doing it anymore. Because I don't think there's not another person or another two people in the company that can do what they do. And what they do is just so simple.
Yep.
So simple.
Pierce, I mean, basically carried both shows all through COVID and everything. And now with Aldis and the authority figures for the past few years actually have not, I mean, it's not a McMahon or anything. It's not like retired superstars or people who can't perform anymore, being general manager. Just all this, the way it's been has been very nice.
Perfect. And you know how it works. Because anytime I'm scrolling Twitter and I see Adam Pearce have a video on Twitter about him announcing a match or whatever, I click on it and I watch it. And sometimes, he is announcing a match. Other time, I'm getting fucking rickrolled like 5 times. It's ridiculous, and it's great, and it's funny, and he's perfect.
Yeah, anytime on Twitter when I see a video, I'm always just assuming. I almost just don't pay attention because I know that it's just going to be like, he's just going to end up starting to read the lyrics of "Never Gonna Give You Up." I'm going to laugh. I'm going to continue to scroll.
He got me like 2 weeks ago, I think. I'm like, God damn it! I knew, like, I forget what it was, but I'm like, I knew he didn't have the information that this video advertised, but I still clicked it.
He always will, like, if he knows something big's gonna happen, like he'll have a post right around that, so people are just like, oh wow, they're doing it now, and then
just terrible. He's a terrible human being, and I love him.
A+ Twitter game, X game, whatever you want to call it.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, Pretty Deadly's awesome. So they bring back Butch. Butch is now Pete Dunne, and they just kept referencing before the match, like, we're prepared for Tyler Bate and Butch and Butch, and then obviously they come out and they lose, and then they're backstage just.
Who's Pete Dunne? We never seen him before.
He's a new person because before the match started, they were saying that wrestlers are not even on the roster are coming, and then this happened. So now they're acting. They don't know who. They were preparing for Butch. They don't know who Pete Dunne is. So this is why they lost. Pretty Deadly's pretty funny, very entertaining. but it's what's needed in the tag team division. With you always need that kind of that comedy gimmick. We had a KO show in which they brought up 3 years ago WrestleMania where KO stunned them and they had a little back and forth like, you're good, and KO's like, I can't reference things about you because you're protected, all that stuff. What'd you think about the little Logan Paul KO?
It is what it was, or it was what it is, or it was what it was. I wasn't expecting anything too groundbreaking in this. They're gonna have a banger match. Logan Paul is gonna find a way to win. It was good. It was good. I had no complaints about it. I really don't have anything else on that one.
It's
probably
really
the least. It was the least thing. It was the least attention I paid to the show, but I still kind of paid attention to it.
It was just a little detail of storytelling of something that happened.
Yeah, they had to do it, and that's what it was.
And it brought just more to the.
Watching the show and watching that and watching the contract signing, it kind of was like built up to be the episode before the Rumble, as opposed to the penultimate episode before the Rumble. Makes you kind of think like, what's in store next Friday?
Yeah, because you had everyone having towards the end, the last like hour almost. It's just like you got LA and AJ, and then it's supposed to be Solo, and then you have Solo come out during the first match. Randy is just this whole. I think Randy ends up getting the RKO, and Solo gets the win. Roman shows up, I believe. Roman signs the contract, I think, and then he went for the spear and got the RKO.
Sure did.
I think that was the whole back and forth. So yeah, I guess next week we'll just have assuming Reigns will definitely be on the show.
Never know. I don't know. I mean, it's in Tampa
Bay,
right? Is it in Tampa Bay?
They're doing everything there the whole weekend, probably at the Rumble. So I'm just assuming SmackDown will be loaded up with everybody. I could be wrong. Regardless, he's going to be on. If he wasn't going to be on the show, they're going to record something while they had him this week, and they'll have him on the show. And that's the way. I mean, that's the way you use them when you have people on break or whatever, and they sometimes are all like, you just film stuff. If you know the storyline, you have them around. Change your T-shirt a couple times. Change the location you're sitting in, the interview setup. It's like someone could not be around for a while, and you could have like 2 months if you know where the storyline's going and everything.
Facts.
Utilize it. Just film Roman all the time. Give us a reality show. Need one like Corey and Carmel. Well, we're getting Bianca and Montez. They're getting one.
Are they?
It's on.
Are you speculating?
No,
or
it's going to be on E. It's coming on in February, I think. It debuts.
Sick. Good for them.
We're gonna watch their life. What they do.
I'm not going to.
Yeah, 24/7. You're gonna watch it. Just gonna be like Total Divas.
I was let down by the Corey and Carmella YouTube show that we covered for like 3 weeks, and then I never saw it again. And yeah, I blame them for that.
They just took it from us.
Yeah, pieces of shit. That was gold.
Did anything else? That Carmelo Hayes last week there was the match called off. He was back.
Everybody seemed okay.
They did the Austin Theory and Grayson are together, and Grayson volunteers Austin Theory to have a match with Carmelo Hayes, so that will happen next week. Grayson Moore, I've just been seeing random stuff with him when he was, I guess, going around with LA Knight when they were doing, like, I guess, promotion for things, and he was on that talk show where
things got heated.
the host said, "Do
Host
one
said
of your
bad word."
Yeah,
It's like a mirror image of when like Vader and the Undertaker were in like Abu Dhabi or Afghanistan or something on that Good Morning show. It was like, I mean, Waller just had to slap that dude around a couple times for it to be like exactly that.
Like, the guy came in the frame and started like rounding. Like, what are you doing, dude? One, Grayson needs to like dive through the ropes to give you and do a roll to give you a stunner. So he's not even in a great environment for it. Yeah, but I saw that clip the other day and I was like, ooh, potential jaBROni of the week there. Anything else before we actually get into?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I keep seeing speculation on 2K24. I just want to mention one other thing. That NWO tweet that had a pirate flag emoji, and somebody pointed out on Twitter that WrestleMania 36 logo was a pirate flag. John Cena wore an NWO shirt at WrestleMania 36. We're going to get the Fiend Bray Wyatt versus John Cena at WrestleMania 36. They're thinking it's a 40 years of WrestleMania showcase mode like they did in 2K14 when they did 30 years of WrestleMania.
So it won't be the Taker one?
I mean, they could do the Taker one too. But it looks like could be.
I guess the time is
could
now
be getting a Firefly Funhouse match in a video game, which is cool. Aside from that, no, I have nothing. I'm ready for the jaBROni.
Oh, wow, let's do it.
Johnny Cena went to town riding on a pony. Rock stuck a feather up his ass and called him a jaBROni.
Also, John Cena posted that same picture on his Instagram. Why would he be posting an NWO shirt? Except for the fact that he wore one at WrestleMania 36. Okay, sorry. Now I'm done.
Hey, that's what we need here for jaBROni of the week. I just kind of observed it right before we went on here. It ruined everything. So, I'll get into mine real quick. It's Sean Strickland Fight Day. Main event, defending the belt tonight. And if Drake being out there, he likes making these big bets because he's in some sports book that he has. Basically, it doesn't mean anything. He's not really losing money out on anything, but for the most part, it's a pretty high success rate. The Drake curse is real, so every time he puts money on something, it's like almost it's for the most part guaranteed the opposite happens, and I'm heartbroken. I see this about around 11 a.m. this morning. It's he took Sean Strickland. He put $700,000 on it. Like, that doesn't mean anything to win $679,000. Regardless, it doesn't matter any of that. I can't believe he did this to Sean. What a title reign it was. I hope we can. I mean, sometimes the curse, but for the most part, I mean, its success rate to me, in my eyes, is like 80-90%. So hopefully we fall in that 10%. But I don't like Drake at all. So it's an easy one for me this week. He's trying to ruin my Saturday going into Sunday. I'm gonna probably have a big buzz going on. We got my niece's 21st.
Sick.
So, and this isn't going to be on until like 12:30.
When's the first game on?
The fights.
Oh yeah, the fights. I'm sorry. Yeah, the fights.
I think the prelim starts 6:45, but honestly, like that won't go on until like 12:15.
Facts.
So Drake, you bastard, you're my jabroni of the week. Why'd you do
Suck
that?
it. Okay. Okay. Had some options. Had a lot of options. I was thinking about that talk show host who got into it with Grayson Waller. I was thinking about the entire collective unit of the San Francisco 49ers. Just because. I was thinking about a San Francisco 49er fan who said that the Niners are underdogs in their matchup against the Green Bay Packers.
Saw that.
10-point favorites, but whatever. But I unfortunately have to go with. I may rustle or tussle a couple feathers here. Whew. I have to give it to certain Philadelphia sports fans, certain ones, because they've pissed me off this week. Every take I read pisses me off. I have been on record as saying that Philadelphia fans are some of the worst fans when it comes to their sports takes, because a lot of them are just terrible. Obviously, this week has been filled with get rid of,
Fire the coach, yeah.
fire the coach, fire the quarterback, what have you. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not I've never been a Jalen Hurts guy. Never was, probably never will be. So getting rid of him in favor of, I don't know, some guy from like North Dakota State, whatever, like Carson Wentz, I don't know. Getting rid of him in favor of some of those guys, I mean, why not? Anyway, this is directed towards the people who want Nick Sirianni fired. So here's the deal. I get it. It didn't end the way any of us wanted it to. And he could have done a much better job. But, you know, throughout the season, you got to figure during the season, he had a new offensive coordinator, a new defensive coordinator, and we were 10-1. And that's not easy. If you want to go ahead and keep firing head coaches that bring us to a Super Bowl, sometimes win that Super Bowl, and you want to fire these people and not give them the benefit of the doubt, you be my guest. But don't come crying, and I don't want to hear you complaining on Twitter or X again when we don't make the playoffs for 20 fucking years, like some of these people do. Detroit just had their first playoff win in 30 years. We could have that.
Yeah,
Imagine having that. That sounds awful, right? So give the guy another year. I don't care who is on the market.
All right, that's what I was going to ask you. I was like, it doesn't matter that just so happens the whole Belichick.
We're not going to get them. We're not going to get the Jim Harbaughs. We're not going to get the Bill Belichicks. You know, we're not going to get the Mike Vrabels. Maybe we could get Vrabel, but would you put him up against Nick Sirianni? I don't know. I think with this team, you need an offensive mind. Nick Sirianni is not the greatest offensive mind. I will give them that, but I am more intrigued by who our coordinators will be, because that's where the issue lies, in my opinion. So go get Frank Reich, who is with us for the Super Bowl. Go get Ron Rivera for our defense. And then if it doesn't work out and we have another collapse like we did this year, then you get rid of Nick Sirianni, because that's fucking bogus. But the dude has brought us to the playoffs 3 straight years. He has not missed the playoffs since coaching us, since starting to coach with us. So give it a rest and just fucking support the fucking guy at the helm right now. Because obviously he's not getting fired. They had apparently like a meeting, him and Lori did.
Yeah.
And we didn't hear anything. I felt like if something bad happened, we would have heard something. So just be better, guys. That's all.
Killed it.
jaBROni of the week. Sorry. jaBROni of the week. Eagles fans who want Nick Sirianni fired.
Bitches.
Johnny Cena went to town riding on a pony. Rock stuck a feather up his ass and called him a jabroni.
Alrighty. Wrap this up here, and then next week, next week's Rumble, I have a wedding to go to on Saturday night during the Rumble. So
last time you were at a wedding, I think you took this title from me.
So I won't be able to have a. I have come on, I have it on my phone somewhere. I'll have a got one, but we'll get back to this next Saturday. We pop in here for early, get the episode out there, and see what's going. I'm bummed that Rumble wedding, like,
that's a rough one.
I want to be sitting on a couch and just counting down, kicking it. But these are the days. So yeah, back next week.
Did I real quick before we log off, did I saw TikTok the other day. I'm gonna send you, but it's like this wrestling superstore on South Street that we need to fucking go to it.
Okay, so this is
the TikTok that I saw yesterday. But at the end of the video, by the time the video ended, my mind was blown.
We're at the plant. It's funny. Dom mentioned this to me. Like he said something about, like, last Saturday, I think he was saying, he's like, yo, there's some place. And I saw pictures from Instagram, I think. And there's like 2 levels. And it's just like basically like everything.
Yeah.
That looks awesome. I was like, yeah, definitely. I would want it. So yeah, we have to obviously have to go there.
Yes.
Apparently
It would be
South Street somewhere. So that's like easy
yes.
access.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that yeah, definitely want to do that. Episodes, all the show on YouTube, on Spotify. Go check it out. Follow us, jaBROnis Pod on X. I'm Happy jaBROni. Happy jaBROni. And the champion, Philly jaBROni, won. Anything else? Any closing words?
No, I don't have anything.
All right. Go Strickland. And we'll see you next week. jaBROnis. Ow.
jaBROni, jaBROni, XYZ, ABC. Oh, it doesn't matter how you spell jaBROni.